What's up, guys? It's Rob Jots, and I'm here to talk about the Celtics who just swept the Nets. And I'm just so happy to be a Celtics fan because who would have thought the Celtics were gonna sweep the Nets? I had them winning in 6 games, and the Celtics just took care of them. They got the broomsticks. I did a little parody video on Instagram, but yeah, the Celtics really defended Kevin Durant well throughout the whole series. He struggled. They were pushing him. They were, bodying him. They didn't let him get any airspace. Made it tough for him to shoot. Made it tough for him to dribble the ball. Grant Williams, Tatum, Smart, they were all tough on him. And credit to Ime Udoka for just game planning and, stopping Kevin Durant from, getting too comfortable from start of the game to the end of games. It was just a great game plan. And the weird thing too, though, is that even though we swept the Nets, every game was close. Game 1 went down to the buzzer with Jason Tatum hitting that buzzer beater layup. Game 2, I believe the Nets had a 15 or 17 point lead. I think in the second quarter or the third quarter, something like that. And we finished out that game. Third and fourth game, those games were both close, pretty much down to the wire. But the same result, honestly, for the Celtics was that we closed it out. No matter if the Nets were winning at a certain time or we were winning, we managed to finish each game. Yeah, Kyrie, he just didn't look interested playing, honestly. After game 1, he was flipping fans off. I think he had 39 points. He's going in with the fans. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a series. And Kyrie just didn't look interested in playing basketball at all for the rest of the series. Honestly, I don't know what it is. I don't feel like Kyrie wants to play basketball. I feel like his drive, his hunger to play basketball just isn't there anymore. Credit to the Celtics, man. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, they're gelling as a duo, which I'm glad to see. It's something, Celtics fans have been waiting to see because we know how great they are individually, but as a duo, as a tandem, they've shown in the last few months, what they can do as a pair, and we'll see how far they can take us. Marcus Smart was playing well. Peyton Pritchard off the bench was playing well. Grant Williams, hitting some corner threes, playing tough defense, jarring at the Nets players. Al Horford was huge. Especially in game 1. But yeah, our team was solid. We got Robert Williams back. So, just exciting, very exciting. And we'll probably play the Bucks next round. But yeah, I won't get too ahead of myself. but yeah, as for the Nets, I saw on Inside the NBA, Charles Barkley was talking about Kevin Durant and how he's not a bus driver. He's a bus rider, and he was referring to his time in Golden State where, he went to the opposing team that he lost to, and I believe 2016, lost to the Warriors. They had a 3-1 lead in the playoffs, and, he goes to them, he signs with them. It was a weak move. He won 2 rings, and it wasn't convincing to a lot of the NBA fans. It didn't really hold any type of weight to a lot of fans. And it didn't hold any weight to me. And Charles Barkley was basically going over that, he wasn't driving the bus, he was riding the bus. And, Kevin Durant went on Twitter, he posted a couple pictures of Charles Barkley on the Sixers with Dr. J and all of them. And then another picture of him with the Rockets. And then NBA on TNT, they decided to come up with a little skit. And they used a scene from The Office. And they were just trolling the Nets players. It was a scene of the cast from The Office on a bus, and it was just hilarious. They were just trolling Kevin Durant, Ben Simmons. It was hilarious. And then even Charles Barkley, they actually had a bus for him at the end of the episode last night, and he just drove Kenny, Shaq, and Ernie home. But yeah, it was pretty funny. But yeah, Kevin Durant, he's one of those guys. He's a great scorer, obviously, one of the greatest players to ever play the game. But his legacy is kind of it can kind of go up or down from here, because we all know he could, if he really was to go out and win a couple rings, he could enter the top 10, honestly, maybe 15. I would say probably top 10. Yeah, if Kevin Durant were to win a couple more rings, but not with Golden State, just with the Nets, I think he would enter the top 10. But because of his lack of championships with the Thunder and how he won with the Warriors, it wasn't convincing. His championships don't feel as great as a LeBron or a Dirk Nowitzki winning in Dallas. His championships don't really hold weight. And, if he wants to continue building on his legacy, he needs to win with Brooklyn. And that's going to be a hard thing to do with Kyrie being a questionable character, Ben Simmons being very questionable with, they're saying there's reports of, his mental health, and it's causing stress on his back. So he has like a mental hurdle. So it's a lot of question marks, and I don't know if it's a situation that KD can actually win a championship in. It's a little messy in Brooklyn right now. I'm just glad the Celtics won. I'm excited. We can definitely make a deep run in the playoffs this year, and I'm just excited for the playoffs to go on. So it's Rob Jots. We out here, baby. Peace.